So I just want to show you a picture of my son. This is what he looked like at 8 days old. There's a lot of wires and tubes and a lot of machines helping this little guy fight. But man, was he a fighter. I have a little boy named Lincoln who has Down syndrome, and when he was 5 days old, I got a phone call that said, Mrs. Flint, I want to let you know that Lincoln has trisomy 21 and have a great day. And they hung up the phone. There's not a doctor in Utah that specializes in Down syndrome, so you kind of feel like you're on an island. I was in labor. I just couldn't get a hold of the doctor, wasn't feeling very well, so went to the hospital. And they said, oh, you're having a baby. So 45 minutes later, I have my beautiful little baby boy. We're just as happy as can be. And it wasn't until the next day that we found out. The pediatrician came in and said, we think your son may have Down syndrome. All of a sudden, me and my husband are standing there in the middle of the hospital, feeling lost and alone and confused. We weren't expecting Down syndrome. We weren't expecting that he could have all these other problems. We were expecting a brand new baby who was going to play sports with his dad, who was going to ride a bike, who would go to college and get married, and all the things that you imagine your child will do one day. And when he was 18 months old, we heard about a special needs music class that we were super excited about. So we called to get into that class, and they said that Lincoln couldn't come because he was too far advanced for a child with Down syndrome. So I thought to myself, I'm not sure I'm okay with that. In fact, I wasn't. I was really angry. So I had decided that I would create some place that you could go no matter what your ability was. I talked it over with Lincoln's dad, and we went back and forth, and the next day I happened to see Nancy Gianni and Gigi on Good Morning America talking about a Down Syndrome Achievement Center. We reached out to them and had our first fundraiser within 28 days, and we raised over $15,000, had 375 participants, and we knew there was a need for Gigi's Playhouse. And in talking to lots of other individuals as we took the 11-month journey to open Gigi's, we came to the conclusion that everyone felt that they were on their own island. And so Gigi's brought all of those islands together and gave someone a place to go that they felt like they belonged. And it didn't matter what your ability was, whether you were high functioning, low functioning, it didn't matter. You can come to Gigi's and have all of your services offered to you completely free. So today Mason's 5 years old. We've been coming to Gigi's Playhouse for all kinds of things. He's learned amazing things from the Playhouse. He's been learning how to socialize and interact properly with other kids. And we absolutely love Gigi's Playhouse. We don't know where we would be without it. It's such a great place to be able to bounce ideas off other parents and learn what's worked for them with certain situations. For me and my husband, the most important part is community. You've always got somewhere where you can go and feel accepted and feel like you're understood.
I have a voice, and I use it all of the time. Just ask anybody. Some of my friends with Down syndrome haven't found their voice yet. I am their voice too. Gigi's helped us so much. We love Gigi's Playhouse. I love cooking, drama, fantastic friends, and I attend Gigi's Prep too.
I knew that I wanted to be involved in this foundation that offers so many amazing things for families of children with Down syndrome. And I think that's one of the things that really drew me to Gigi's opposed to maybe other nonprofits, is that it really is a place for the whole family.
I help at Gigi's because what Gigi's has given my family and the way that it has changed my family is something that we could never repay or even ask for. Both of my kids, my youngest kids and my two older kids, will always be advocates and making sure that everybody is included and nobody is treated differently or picked on or anything like that.
I am a very accomplished young woman who just happens to have Down syndrome. Gigi has helped me a lot. I have learned that I can do anything if I work hard and get a little help from friends. So can all the other kids.
And the big thing is that realizing that just because they're different doesn't mean that they're really any different. They might learn differently and they might do things a little bit differently than what you think should happen or is typical or normal, but it's really not. And embracing those differences and realizing that that might be a little bit different, but it's not any better or any worse than anybody else. My role at the Playhouse, especially for not having a child with Down syndrome, is really changing the conversation with people who are involved with somebody with Down syndrome. Because if you don't change the expectation with people who don't have a child with Down syndrome, you're never going to change the world's expectation of these people.
We are 100% donation based, that we are so thankful for people that are attending our fundraisers like they are tonight, that we are 98% volunteer based. So if you ever need volunteers or someone that wants volunteer hours, we would love to have anyone, and it really will change their life.
Will you help me and my little friends achieve our dreams? If you can open your hearts and your wallet, please donate to Gigi's Playhouse. Be generous and give it till it hurts.
Joey!
Hi, Jody!